All right, getting into the 12U and over defense fundamentals. Biggest thing with our throwing is now we're working on staying low when transitioning to throw, creating direction with our body, and that idea of touch. So using your eyes to judge how hard you need to throw the ball. This is huge in a team sport. We're not just trying to throw it as hard as we can. We're trying to get outs. So staying low when we're transitioning. Biggest thing that I'm going to say to speed up our transfer and to focus on the right things is after we field the ball, we need to get our back foot underneath our head and get our right foot on the ground quick to get rid of the ball, right? Going back to just the fundamentals of our throwing, our hands and our feet separate at the same time, right? So going back to that, we need to land our right foot in order to separate and throw. So as we stay low and we're throwing, you're going to see that I get my right foot set. I stay hinged, so that means I'm not standing all the way up to go back to my throw that I learned when I was 10. I'm figuring out how to field the ball, stay low, and keep my head lower. The closer that I am in my throwing position that I was to my fielding position, the quicker I can get rid of the ball. And that's the name of the game in softball, is being able to be quick in and out of your glove. So here what I'm doing is I'm showing a couple different things. I showed kind of the easy way, which we're fielding the ball and our target is, I'm the opposite. So our target's that way. So the easy way, we call it, is our back foot's already turned in the direction of our throw. I've got going back to where the ball came from. So also, if I can get turned a little bit early and get my back foot, if I'm fielding, you can see my back foot's aimed at that way towards the net, but I need to get it turned. Inside part of my foot gets turned in order to throw. So we've got a couple different things here, and I believe I'm going to show you guys the hard way where I get all the way turned in the opposite direction. But big ideas here are that we're creating direction with the body by turning the inside part of the back foot in the direction that we want to be throwing. All right, so here's the video that I was thinking of. So we got the easy way, inside part, and we've got the hard way. So this is, again, something I learned in Washington, where easy way, you're already turned towards your target. Going middle is pretty easy. And the hard way, you have to turn all the way around. Here, we're getting turned like we're in a cutoff situation, but turning in all these different ways, all I'm demonstrating is that based on where you want to throw, you got to get your body turned first. That's the biggest thing. All right, next up, we got some glove work. Getting set up here. Hands are out in front. Same as our last video. No matter what, hands are out in front of the eyes. Now, to level up, we're going to be focusing on forehands and backhands, so feeling the ball with one hand instead of two. Okay, so with our forehands, you're going to notice I've got a little bit of movement with my wrists. I'm trying to beat the ball to the spot. I'm getting my fingers around the ball. Everything that I do, I'm trying to get the ball back to my middle so that I can separate and throw. That's the goal of everything. Get the ball back towards the middle. Get it back middle. And again, if the ball is outside of our feet, or right now my knees, I'm feeling the ball with one hand and not two. Now we got our backhands Points for this: elbow stays bent, wrist stays flat, fingers are below the ball before the ball gets there. And I want to say the biggest thing that I learned in 12U and 14U probably was how to be really, really good at my backhand. It's going to increase my range by a ton. Having a good backhand is kind of what separates a good infielder from a really great infielder. If you've got control of this backhand, it's kind of one of the hardest things to do in the infield. You're going to be much, much better. The last move with my backhand, the last move for you coaches that are looking at this, if their last move is up, so they're getting to the ground and adjusting up, that's a good thing. If their last move is down and they're stabbing at the ball, they're late to get their glove in position. So that's a great coaching cue for you coaches, is to be on time for that backhand, getting underneath the ball. All right, and then with our footwork, we're going to be working angles, really, really similar to the drop steps. So I didn't learn this until college. Kind of crazy. I've been teaching my girls in lessons all the way down to 8 years old, angles, because softball is a game of angles, especially with the field being so small. So if you can get to the ball and you can get rid of it, you can get some outs. As much as diving is super fun, it's super rare to dive for a ball that's on the ground and actually get an out because people are fast. So by using these angles, we're able to field more balls, to stay on our feet, to get more outs. So here what I'm doing is I'm just demonstrating an angle. I'm going to go back because that's back to our drop steps. Here is my forehand side angle. I'm creating a deep angle in order to field a hard hit ground ball. So I'm fielding it further back from where it was hit. Ball travels faster than I do, so I can field the ball out in front of my eyes and make the play. So that's something that I'm doing with even my younger girls, just to kind of get them in the habit of moving backwards to field the ball. I feel I never really learned that even in high school ball. Didn't learn it till college, really, because a lot of girls don't hit the ball super hard in 10U, that kind of stuff. But at this point, I know that there's 12U girls, 14U girls, 18U girls that are hitting the ball very, very hard. So this would be a huge benefit to them to understand first step angles. And I included our drop steps in the same video because you can see it's kind of the same deal in that first step. This angle is just another form of a drop step. So that's why I like training my infielders and outfielders together, because a lot of the skills are very, very similar. And last thing that I'll say about 12 and up defense fundamentals is we should be knowing the plays, we should be communicating those plays, and we should be trying to implement now the mental game into our play on the field. So being aggressive and assertive, giving good eye contact to our teammates around, understanding the self-talk that goes into every single pre-pitch or every single pitch, and understanding how that affects the people around you. It affects your play. It affects how the play goes on and happens. But these are things that now it's the player's responsibility to take ownership of.